Welcome to Kidmissing TV. Today, we're going to talk about the case of Melissa Highsmith. This is going to be a little different video because I'm going to let you hear from her brother via my podcast. I'm going to clip in spots. First, I want to give you the lay of the land. Melissa was 21 months old. She was in Fort Worth, Texas, on the 23rd of August, 1971. She was picked up by a babysitter who also picked up a little pink dress and little white shoes. She never returned the child. She called herself Ruth Johnson. She was driving a 67 Lincoln with a loose muffler. She was wearing a nurse's uniform and white gloves. And the mother's roommate who handed the child off, thinking about it later, thought that the woman may have been a man dressed as a woman. So with that, I would like, and she had a small cherry-shaped birthmark on the back of her neck. There was a woman who called into a podcast and to the police station thinking that her sister, her cousin, was Melissa. This turned out not to be the case. DNA ruled it out. But police are still heavily investigating the case. I would like you now to listen to Jeff talk about the day his sister went missing.
Been told was my mother and father had split. They were separated. My father was in Illinois, and my mother was in East Fort Worth, and gotten an apartment with her roommate from high school, and so they were living together. My mom was working as a waitress at a restaurant downtown Fort Worth, and she put an ad in the newspaper and also an ad in the apartment complex where she was at. She needed a babysitter. And so just 2 days later, somebody responded and called, and they called her while she was at work. And the person that called said it was Ruth Johnson, and that they wanted the job, and that they would be able to meet at her restaurant for an interview. Well, the lady never showed up, and called the next day, and the lady said, "Look, I'm sorry, I got into a car accident, but I really want the job. I have kids of my own at home, and we have a big playground with a pool, and I think your daughter would have, be really comfortable there." And my mom just kind of believed what this lady was selling. And she said, "Okay, well, Melissa's at home with my roommate. You can go pick her up from there." And so she called the roommate and said, "Hey, there's a lady that's going to come by and pick up Melissa. She's going to drop."
Thank you for listening to that. I hope it answered a lot of your questions, and if you'd like to hear the rest of the podcast, please either click on it in our podcasts playlist, or you can go to my podcast at Anchor, and the links in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me. Still praying for the people in Louisiana. Ida has shown up here. God bless you all, and have a great evening.